Hello, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am bloody well spellbinding.
Oh my God, what an answer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Where are you calling from?
I'm in LA. Los Angeles.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a celebrity now, so that's how I roll.
the weather's so much nicer there than it is here. I'm jealous.
I don't like the weather in LA. I like cold, windy, rainy,
Oh,
overcast. I love
let's
that.
trade.
Yeah, yeah.
That's where that's how it is in New York right now, and I'm like miserable.
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Is it because it like inspires you to like do stuff? Like, because I know a lot of people say that it makes them more creative when it rains.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it makes me. It's good for me because it inspires depression, and depression inspires sad songs, and that's the kind of currency I deal in, is sad songs. So
But
yeah,
that's the most relatable songs though, is sad songs.
I certainly like to think so. I mean, I hope so. Otherwise, I'm out of a job.
Well, you do it so well, so I don't think you're gonna be out of a job anytime soon. I have to tell you, I have to start by saying, so the last time we chatted was May of 2020, and it was a Zoom interview. It was like my first Zoom interview I ever did, and I remember being in such a dark place, and your interview just lifted my spirits so
Oh,
much.
did it?
So you say you're in the business for sad songs, but your personality just cheered me up and put me in the best mood and really got me through. So I thank
Oh,
you for that. And
thank you very much. That's very nice. Very kind thing to say.
well, it's the truth. And I mean, in your music always like I could play someone you loved every day, multiple
Oh,
times a day, and it
please do.
still gets me every time. I do. We do.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes, please
but
do.
but I love the new one. And I remember when we talked in May, you were like not sure, like May of 2020, like it was a lot of pressure to follow up. And I don't know if you had this done by the like at that point, but it was so good and so worth the wait.
Oh, thank you very much. No, this one I wrote in, I think maybe like August 2021. So I was
Oh,
still a ways away off of writing this. But yeah, no, it's good, man. It's nice to be back. People seem to be enjoying the song. So yeah, it's good. I just hope we can continue to make some money, because I've got a mortgage now, Christina, and it's
yeah, that
absolutely
guy.
it's crippling me. It's crippling.
Write a song about that because that is super relatable.
Oh, well, let me get on it. I'll get on it. It's ASAP. Be the most boring song of
Mortgage
all time.
woes.
But yeah.
We can relate to that all too well, but it's
Yeah.
great to have you back and to see you again. I
Hmm.
think the third time I interview you has to be in person. We have to make this happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's make a pact that if
Yes,
another opportunity to do a Zoom interview comes up, we both reject it.
reject it.
And we say, oh, we will only do it in person in New York or in LA or in wherever else in the world, but it has to be
Yeah.
face to face.
It has to be face to face. My boss Patrick and I, who does middays here, our dream is to like go karting with you and have a beer. Like
All
that is,
right.
yeah, right. Like that's doable.
Do I strike you as a go-karter? Do I strike you as someone who
I
enjoys
don't
enjoys the track?
I don't know where we came up with that idea, but like I could totally see that. We've
Also,
like,
a bit irresponsible to be drinking beer and then going go-karting.
well, no, go karting first, then have a beer after to celebrate that we did
Ah,
it.
right. Okay, I see. Well, it could be a lot more fun to get hammered and then go-karting.
I mean, that's a song waiting to happen right there.
Yeah, for sure. It's also an accident waiting to happen, but I'm up
It's
for it. You got to live. Danger's my middle name.
is it really? Have you
Yeah.
like ever done something like maybe stupid or dangerous and it inspired a song or a lyric?
No, in actuality, I've always been that friend that was like, there was this thing that we used to do when we were kids in Scotland where you would you know how like people's trash cans in Scotland, you've got like they're made of plastic, and like
Okay,
you wait
yeah.
out for the bin man every thing.
Yep.
Is that a thing?
Yep.
And like we used to like they used to be like, so the council give you them, and we used to steal them. Well, I say we. I was made to go along with this. They used to steal them. Me and my pals used to steal them, and they used to set them on fire, and then we would have like a fire. But I used to always be like, oh, I'm gonna get in trouble.
Paranoid. Yeah.
I've always been quite an anxious person. So like at the time, I was just like, I know we're all gonna, I know. I was like, I know this is gonna happen because all my friends were faster runners than me, like they could run much faster, and I knew I was going to be the
God.
fat ass that got left behind while they were all scot-free, and I'm being pinned down to the front of a police car for stealing bins. So no, I've always been quite a cautious individual. I try not to dance with danger too much.
Are you still friends with those guys? Are they going to be okay with you telling the story?
Yeah, they're my best friends. So actually, if we got, I'll say the names now. Conor Larkman, you are a bin lighter on fire. I remember it well.
Calling you out.
I'm calling on the feds to catch this punk. He's out there. He could be doing it right now. We don't even know.
You're blowing his cover, man.
Yeah, get this man.
It's all those experiences that make you who you are, right? You learn from the past.
Yes, you do. You absolutely do. And I've learned nothing, obviously, because I still hang around with these people.
No, I think you've learned though. You knew that was wrong. You're not doing it. You're not doing it anymore, right?
Well, now I'm hooked. Now I've got this addiction to it. So if I see a plastic bin, I have to set it on fire.
Well, I know in LA, they're like all like, because the houses are so close together in some parts. Yeah. There's like so many, when you drive through certain streets, you can only go one way because there's so many bins. So
yeah, that's true. I like how you said bins there as well.
Well, this happened to me the last time I interviewed you too. I picked up on your lingo and I was like, how'd this happen?
Yeah. I usually say trash cans when I'm thinking, but I like that you've spun it around on me this time. Thank you very much.
Well, I'm sure the lingo out in LA where you are is much different than where you're from.
Oh yeah, definitely. They're not. We're not at all similar. Scottish people and people from LA. Yeah. Even Scottish people who live in LA, you're a bit like, whoa, you're like that's like a very rare mix where it's like, well, this is mental how you're like so LA and so Scottish. Like the two, it's like polar opposites, if I'm being honest. Scottish people live in rain and cold.
Oh, that's not
overcast all the time. And then LA is like, sun, let's go to the beach, let's hang out. This is the last thing I want to do with my time. Do any of that stuff.
New York and LA, it's very different too. So
yeah, I'd say Scotland's more similar to Glasgow is similar to New York in terms of I mean, I think we are friendlier in Scotland for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think New Yorkers are quite. I mean, Glasgow's a hard place as well.
Some have the rep.
Yeah, exactly. I've definitely been shouted at by more strangers in Manhattan than anywhere else in the world.
Yeah. Well, I'm on Long Island, so it's a little different.
That's see. Yeah, you're kind of like the chill little brother.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I want to congratulate you on the success of Forget Me. I know it's going to be even bigger. I love the music video. You did such a great job with that.
Thank you.
I love how you took like a sadder song and made it funny, the video.
Thank you. Yeah, and that was a stressful experience. Shot that video over 2 days, and
really?
And the day before I had to cancel a show in Portugal, and after I had to cancel a show in England, and people were very mad at me. But I had sickness and diarrhea the whole time I was filming that video. And if people haven't seen it, I'm wearing white Speedos.
Yeah, white boxers.
Yeah, white Speedos for the majority of that video. So, and we didn't have very many pairs of them. So it was such an intense experience. It's a very strange thing to know that at any minute you could be betrayed by your ass. Do you know what I mean? I had to do that video with clenched cheeks for the entirety of those 2 days. So, but we made it through with very little spillage. But I couldn't trust a fart for the entire thing. It was pretty intense.
I don't even know where to go from that. That is behind the scenes.
Yeah, there you go. Something you might not have known.
Well, you would have never known from that video if you didn't tell me that. I'm very sorry that you had to go through that because I can only imagine how stressful that was.
You've got to suffer for your art or suffer for your fart in this case.
Line of the day.
Yeah, there you go.
For your fart. So what's next? Do we have like another single on the way, the album, a tour? I got to put it out there.
Yeah. There'll be more music coming, I think. Well, we'll wait and see. We'll see how this song does. If this song doesn't do well, I'm done. I'm out of here.
Doing well.
I'm going to bounce if this song doesn't do well. I'm done. But no, I think I think new album is coming next year. I don't know when yet. Right. And a tour next year as well. So I'll be doing all the bits. I thought get us maybe another song before the end of this year as well would be lovely to get out. But we'll see. It depends how things happen, what goes on with the song. If there's another pandemic, God help us all. Yeah, that would put a spanner in the works.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see how we go on. But I've finished my album. So yeah, it's just in terms of a decision of like when to put it out and yeah, so we'll see how it goes. But
Oh, I am
new
so
coming, new.
excited. When the record label calls us and plays the song for the first time, I was nervous. It was like my child, like doing a presentation at school, and I was so nervous. And as soon as it started, I was like, yes, he got it.
Woo!
So I can't wait to hear the
Thank
next
you.
one. I can't wait to go karting. We gotta go
Yes.
go-karting.
Drinking and then go-karting.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I would love to hear you do more covers too, because your Britney Spears cover that you did,
Oh, thank you.
phenomenal.
Oh, I was very nervous about that. Thank you very much. I didn't.
Were you?
Yeah, because if it's Britney, she's got some serious fans.
Yeah,
So
it's
I
pretty
don't.
big.
People aren't. If it's bad, they'll let you know. But people have been very nice about it. So yeah, thank you very much.
That was great because that was one of my favorite songs growing up. So when I heard you sing it, I was like, oh,
Big tune.
all the
Big
feels,
tune.
all the feels. Yeah, yeah. It was great. So keep those coming. I'm so excited to hear more from you. And third time's a charm. We'll meet third time.
Third time, I'll see you in person, Christina. Thank you so much for taking the time. I appreciate it. Good to see you again.
You as well. See you in person next time.
See you in person. Farewell.
You too.
Bye.